Hi everyone, it's JoJo from Mojo Jojo Plants, and today I am planning in my big memory planner from June 16th to the 22nd. We have the first week of summer hitting this week. So I have my pictures all laid out, and boy, do I have a story to tell you about what happened this week because oh my gosh, you guys, I still can't even handle. I can't even deal with what happened. I was gonna do a thingy there, but I think I'm just gonna simplify this a little bit because I had quite a few pictures. So let me start getting some things down and then we'll kind of talk about this week. Man, what a week. First of all, it was already rough because the kiddo was homesick. She didn't get to go to a camp because she got sick, so we kept her home. All that, but then she got to go with my parents to Wyoming for the weekend, so she's healthy by then, and got to go hang out with her cousins. So that was fun, and that was very very needed considering the week that we had. So Monday through Thursday, fine. She's home. It was frustrating. It was rough. She's getting in her super defiant phase right now. So, that obviously made it 10 times more fun for her being home all week. And this is why I'm like, summer is a rough time. Summer's a rough go with kiddos, but it was so much easier when she was a baby and she couldn't talk back. Okay, so she knew that she was going on a trip with Nana and Papa on Friday. Okay, so Thursday night, she's excited. She's going on a trip with Nana and Papa. On Friday, they're going to come and pick her up at 10 a.m. Friday morning, I wake up. Okay, setting the scene. Still in bed. It's 6:15 a.m. I wake up because I had to go to the bathroom. So I'm like, oh, I'm going to check my phone to see what time it was because I didn't have my watch because it had died. It was like in my office on the charger. So I had to look at my phone to see what time it was. I look at my phone and my mom is calling me. And I'm like, why is my mom calling me at 6:15 in the morning? Like, make that make sense. How rude. I answer the phone and my mom's like, are you up? And I said, why would I be up? It is 6:15 and it's summertime. Like, no, I'm not up. And then she goes, well, your kid is at my house. Immediately sit up in bed. What do you mean my kid is at your house? She went to bed at my house. This kid woke up at 5:23, and thank goodness we have cameras. This kid woke up at 5:23 a.m. This is her leaving the house. Look at that smirk, like she knows. And then she proceeds to walk. She's in her footy pajamas. She has her blankie and she has her shamu. This is actually a neighbor's camera. She walks. She walks by herself. She is 8. She walks by herself to Nana and Papa's house. Okay, granted, my parents do not live far. They live like a 5-minute drive. However, we live on a pretty busy street, and in between our houses, there is a very busy intersection that you have to cross in order to get to the neighborhood that my parents live in. So this kid decided she was just so excited that she was going on this trip with Nana and Papa that she thought, why not? What the hey? Let me go ahead and walk to Nana and Papa's house. Now, this kid knows the way. She knows the way like the back of her hand, to the point where she gets mad if specifically me, because I'm the only one that takes a different way than my husband. But if I take a different way to get to Nana and Papa's house, she gets mad at me. But I prefer the way I go, and my husband prefers the way he goes. Whatever. So, and I'm always telling her, like, whoever's driving, it's up to them what direction and how they want to get to where they're going. So that's not up to you. And so anyway, so she knows. So we knew that she knows. She has a very good memory. She also has really severe ADHD, to the point where we literally can't keep her on task for anything. So the fact that she did this, and it's funny because these are screen grabs from a video, because I wanted to put this in my planner so we can always remember that, and so she can always remember what she did and when she did it. And I'm going to put all the details and everything in here as well. But yeah, so she walked. She said she stayed on the sidewalk the entire way, and then when she got to the big intersection, mind you, thank goodness it was early in the morning, because obviously the streets aren't going to be that busy at 5 a.m. compared to if it was like 7 or 8 a.m. That intersection gets super, super busy. But she said she pushed the button and she waited for the little white man to pop up on the screen that told her she could walk. And then she walked all the way to Nana and Papa's house. So my mom was calling me, telling me that my kid was at her house, the cops were at her house, the cops were now at my house, they were calling me, my phone was on silent. Yeah, and it's one of those things where, like, she knows, obviously she knows she wasn't supposed to do that, but it's like, and it's funny because I probably like a week or two before this, I just had like a weird thought of like, isn't it so weird that we just like go to bed in our houses with our kids and we're just, and once they start to get that free will vibe, they just stay in the house. I was like, how does that actually happen? Like, how does that work? And then, 2 weeks later, my kid's like, well, I'm just going to leave the house. 2 weeks later, my kid proved to me that that indeed is not 100% possible. So yeah. So anyway, so she was fine. She made it there. A neighbor ended up being the one to call the cops because I guess they saw her walking and was able to get her name and where she was going, and all that good stuff. And she was safe, thank goodness. But now I'm like, now she's just gonna get locked in the house because I'm like, I can't trust you. But she knows she won't do it again. It's just, so that was how my weekend went. We went into a very busy weekend, and it started with just pure chaos. So yeah, anyway, so that's my story time for what happened. Okay, so I have my flipbook system here, and again, these were from videos. I just took screen grabs, and then the rest of the pictures for the weekend. I am going in with Live Love Posh's new Summer Love sticker book, and I chose this Daisy. And then I just used some scraps. These are Linear Sage from Planet Darby. But I love daisies. So I was like, we're going to use the daisies because I need something happy in here, considering the week that it was. I think I'm going to go in with black boxes today. I'm just like in a black boxes mood lately. I just want to use it for literally everything. So that's what we're going to do. So yeah, so that was my Friday. And then we shipped her off with my parents because I was just like so mad and so frustrated. And I was like, no, you got to go with Nana and Papa, because I was like, I need some time after you gave me a heart attack. I was like, I need a minute. I need a minute. So, and she had a blast. She got to go swim with her cousins and have fun. Yes, we would have liked to take that trip away, but we also knew that wasn't going to do anything, so we let her go, and she had fun. So that's all that matters. And all that matters is that she's safe and she made it home and where she's supposed to be, safely. So ultimately, that is what mattered there. But talk about, and let me tell you, I was like on just high alert all day. Like, I feel like my pulse was just probably so high all Friday until she left. Because that was a way to start a morning. Yeah, so anyway, that's my story for what happened. Now we'll get to planning. And it's one of those, yeah, I just find it more funny that I was literally thinking about like, isn't it weird that we just go to bed in our houses and just trust that our kids are gonna stay where they're supposed to stay, and then there goes my kid, just as always, proving me wrong. And she's it's like one of those things where it's like, it's so good. It's really good to know that she's capable. And especially because she has pretty severe ADHD, it is really good to know that if she really wants something, she can focus enough to accomplish and achieve what she's wanting. So that gives us a little hope there. But it still is really scary that, like, yeah, she is really capable, actually, and could do things like that, but she knows now she won't do it again. We told her if she does it again, she's not going to Nana and Papa's house anymore, which that is her absolute favorite place. So she's like, no, I'm not going to jeopardize that opportunity. But yeah, talk about crazy wake up moments there. Okay, I'm going in with just a bunch of these stickers because I have a lot of space. So we're just filling in. I think I kind of have enough stuff for, yeah, I think I have enough stuff for what I'm wanting as far as functional goes. So now I'm just kind of filling in my space a little bit. Maybe I'm going to add a couple more of these pieces because I do like adding those in there as a little layering. And then I'm also saving some room for some quotes because it is summertime. Officially summer. Yeah, it was really hot. We had some heat this week, that is for sure. And I was already over it. I just layer in some fun quotes. I don't think this book has any quotes in it either, so we'll kind of just go with what it has. Man. Now we look back and now we're like, it's funny. Obviously, it wasn't funny that morning. In pure panic. But, you know, we're just thankful that she got to where she was going because she was so determined and that nothing, you know, happened to her. Because I will say when we were driving to go pick her up after the fact, because obviously we were like, well, your reward isn't going to be to stay at Nana and Papa's house until it's time to go. Like, you're going to come home for a little while. You know, like even just like driving along where she walked, I was just like, I can't believe she walked this. And then even just like looking at the busy intersection that she had across, I'm just like, oh my goodness. This kid, man, always keeping us on our toes. Literally always. So, but you know, now we have a fun story to tell. My husband's been telling it all weekend, and this kid. Okay, I think that's pretty good. We got quite a bit of the decoration in here. There's still a ton more, but I don't really know what else to add that I actually need. So I think that's probably all I'm gonna stick in there. Okay, so I have this side laid out. I have my little flip moment here, the rest of my pictures. I feel like I'm pretty happy with how that turned out, and I was able to fit some quotes, so that was successful. All right, so this was Summer Love from Live Love Posh, and then we went in with some of these scraps from Planet Darby, and then this my uncensored seasonal and holiday quotes for the season, because I think, what was it, Thursday? Was Thursday or Friday? One of those days was the first like official day of summer, so we definitely felt it for sure. But there we go, you guys. Make sure to check out my Instagram to see what this looks like all filled in and complete. I so hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe, and I hope I'll see you in my next one. Bye!